Und. Alright, whenever.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BJJ GOONS podcast. I'm your host, Tim, aka Number One Stunner, aka Wheezy, aka Mushmaster, aka the Best Mount Machine, aka Blast Double Poppy, aka the Train Wreck, aka Trillmonger. Sitting across from me to my left is my homeboy Tony.
Hello, everyone.
Tony Peranio. He runs White Belt BJJ, the best jiu-jitsu blog / vlog / all that on the internet. Before we begin, I just want to shout out our sponsors. First and foremost, CannaBody. They are a legal and effective pain reliever. It's made of CBD. It's a CBD salve. You put it on anywhere that hurts you on your body. I recently fell off a stage at the last Fight to Win this weekend, and today, which is Monday, everything freaking hurts. My back, my neck, my shoulders, my legs, all kinds of fucked up. So make sure you check out CannaBody. It's CBD, so it's non-psychoactive, so you won't get high. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with weed. What do you think? It's basically legal in Maryland. Anyway, our other sponsor is VHTS. VHTSNY.com. Go there for the top jiu-jitsu, grappling, MMA apparel for streetwear and on the mat. So check out VHTS. They sponsor me. I rock all their clothes. I rock all their gear. And it looks cool and it's very nice. Those are the best Valet Tudo shorts I ever wore. I got from them. So that's it. That's our pause for the cause. Tony, let's get started on some topics.
Yeah, man. So, probably in the biggest news with Tim Spriggs, your most recent fight with Fight to Win with Yuri Simoes, where you were robbed.
I believe that I was robbed. I don't think that I lost. I'm very pleased with my performance. I think I did a really good job. I'm expanding my game, and every time I go out there, I fight really loose. My mental fortitude in matches is much improved. I'm just having fun out there, and everything's starting to click.
Nice.
I'm starting to get in my zone. It was a really tough match, though. Yuri has very good wrestling. He has superb wrestling, especially for jiu-jitsu. I think his jiu-jitsu and wrestling, he has some of the best takedowns in jiu-jitsu. You could argue. I'd say he's top 3. And I was really impressed. He's improved. He's gotten bigger and stronger. He was very good at circling around. He's tough, man. He's a 2-time ADCC champion, and I believe that I beat him. I think I did enough to beat him. And I just want to say thank you to everyone in the Bay. I love how you guys are pushing the movement. You guys have a very strong jiu-jitsu community, and I'm impressed by it. And I want to say thank you to everyone at Fight to Win. Everyone's really kind, you know. Thanks to Seth. I really appreciate it. Seth is the best promoter that I've ever had to deal with.
Nice.
Very good promoter, very honest guy. He keeps it 100, and he cornered me because none of my teammates or my coaches was able to come out.
That was cool of him.
Yeah, it was very cool of him. He's a really good guy, and I will always fight for Fight to Win.
He's a black belt as well, right?
Yes, and I think he's a black belt in judo as well.
Oh, killer.
Yeah, he's a straight up killer. He's a tough son of a bitch. Anybody with a neck tattoo is a tough son of a bitch.
And he does the business of Fight to Win with his wife, Missy.
Him and Missy aren't married. They're not married.
Oh, oops.
I don't think they. I don't really know anyone's relationship stats, but I know that they're not.
Sorry,
married.
guys.
Hey, it's all good. I love Fight to Win because it's not super corporate. It's very it's like a mom and pop type thing. It's very, they do it out of love and it's a passion, and the owners and the operators are hands on.
Yeah, it's got the best. It's the best looking tournament, really.
Absolutely, the best looking event. I like it. Them and Kasai do a really good job, but the music and the vibe is a lot different in Fight to Win. Fight to Win is very gritty and very cool and hip, and you know it's cool.
What's their rule set?
They have, for all the matches that I have done, they are 10-minute submission only matches, and they go to the judges.
Huh.
Yeah.
What about like no heel hooks in the gi?
Of course, no heel hooks in the gi. I completely disagree with that because I train for the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
Who
but,
doesn't?
I mean, a lot of people don't train for the streets. If you pull guard, you're not training for the streets, bro.
Nope. Well, speaking of you and your jiu-jitsu, how about your video of your ADCC highlight video being the most watched video right now in Flow Grappling? That's pretty cool.
It's the most watched right now?
Right now.
How does it... You showed me earlier, but... So, when it says on the side it's most watched, this goes by ranking of how many?
Yeah, it doesn't really give you a view count, but it's the number one. It's at the very top of most watched.
You better be careful because I'm about to hit you with the fake news.
Oh, bang.
I'm about to hit you with the fake news. But if it is the number one watched video, thank you to everyone that's been watching. And I keep on getting better, man. I think I'm better. My last performance was better than what they showed on that video. That video was sick, though. Whoever made the highlight, I think it was Nico. I'm not sure. But shout out to whoever made that video. It was dope. And the music was cool, too.
Yeah, no doubt. It was very, very cool.
Now, all I need to do is get 10,000 followers on Instagram. I am so close. I'm 700 away.
Oh, come on. We got to make it happen, guys.
We got to make it happen. The Mushmaster deserves 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Dang, I just realized I didn't put the logo up behind us. Give me 1 second. You can keep talking.
Okay. So we're doing this for everyone that watches on YouTube but doesn't want to watch a blank screen.
Well, speaking of that, let's use it as a segue because the next topic we were going to talk about is IBJJF's New York Fall Open 2018 gi team results, and TLI has a very interesting statistic going on. Let me pull that up.
First and foremost, we won the team title in the gi. We won the team title. Congratulations to everybody on the team. Congratulations to everybody that actually won, you know. Or we're all winners if we all compete. But shout out to everybody that competed. Shout out to everybody that won. Shout out to my teammates. We have a very strong women's team.
Yeah, you can see the stats behind you.
Can you tell everybody what the stats are?
It looks like you have the share of points by team, and then you have average points by sex, or not, obviously not sex, but male or female sex.
I have a question though, Tony.
Uh-huh.
There's more than two genders, so we're gonna have to fix this graph.
Yeah, this is outdated for sure.
It's 2018, Buster.
Yeah.
Check your privilege, but continue.
It hasn't made its way into the BJJ community yet, but it'll probably be coming soon. But either way, you have it looks like Alliance had the most points, and Team Lloyd Irvin was second. But the interesting stat is that TLI has more female points than any other academy out there.
Wowzers.
Which some people may call ironic, considering some of the hate and flame that Team Lloyd Irvin gets.
I saw on Reddit today. You showed me.
Uh-huh.
I have a theory, and anyone that is listening or watching on YouTube, I want to see if you guys agree. The higher your rank is on Jiu-Jitsu Reddit, the lower it is in real life. I'm very impressed by these numbers. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah, that's an amazing number.
I believe that our team is pretty progressive.
Clearly.
Am I wrong? Is that like a 50-50 split?
Basically 50-50.
Is this just for medalists, right?
For points overall.
Oh, so yeah, well, to medal you have to get. I mean,
you don't have to get
medal.
Oh, okay. I'm not an expert on that.
Oh yeah, that's so great. I know a lot of the Crazy 88 ladies kicked ass out there.
Yep.
Shout out to all the Crazy 88 ladies. You girls kicked ass.
Yeah, man, it's nice.
Yeah, I didn't go because I was fighting Yuri and getting paid.
Yeah.
IBJJF needs to start paying people.
Yeah, getting paid is first.
Got it.
All right, how about some interesting news? An IBJJF competitor, another one's moving to Bellator. Old AJ Agazarm.
Wow.
Just announced on Ariel Helwani show.
Keep getting those checks. They need to fix the MMA Hour Ariel Helwani show, because that show used to be dedicated to people that were elite and world class. It used to be really hard to get on that show. They really put AJ Agazarm on that show.
AJ Agazarm.
Really? I'm not dissing him. He did a good job at ADCC, but he's on that show?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know people paid attention to what he said that much outside of jiu-jitsu.
That's pretty progressive of that show.
I think it's pretty progressive of jiu-jitsu too, because now we're starting to see guys blow up. But it's like the same shtick. Everyone does the same shtick.
Yeah,
Everybody wears sunglasses
he's got the
inside.
shtick.
Everybody talks shit online. Everyone's trying to follow the leader.
We just gotta hope that his MMA record exceeds his jiu-jitsu record.
I hope he gets good boxing advice. I hope he gets good striking advice. He's been training with Logan and Jake Paul, and those guys, I don't know. Does AJ Agazarm even have any MMA fights?
I don't believe so. Not that I know of.
I don't know if he has any MMA fights. He has good takedowns. Is he going to fight real people, or is he going to fight bums?
Well, it looks like they've got, the rumor is Agazarm versus Dylan Dennis.
Agazarm? No way.
That's what the word
Dylan Dennis is way bigger than AJ Agazarm. AJ Agazarm's going to get fucked up.
Must be like a catch weight or something then.
Bro, Dylan Dennis is almost like 200 pounds.
How big's AJ?
AJ Agazarm's tiny. He fought in 66 kilos.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Better get on that juice then.
Juice or not, he's a tiny man. He's like Mighty Mite.
Little man.
Little dude. He's probably like a featherweight.
Huh. That's crazy. He's no featherweight.
Dude, 66 kilos is like 100.
He went against who's that gigantic guy from England or Europe?
That's grappling.
Daniel Strauss.
That's grappling. It's totally different.
Still.
And he's more skilled. AJ Agazarm's a legit.
Daniel Strauss looked pretty nasty in that match.
Daniel Strauss is pretty good, yes, but he's not. I think Daniel Strauss isn't fighting at ADCC and placing. AJ Agazarm is placing.
Right on.
You know, that's a tough matchup. I'm with 66 kilos in pounds. That's a featherweight.
Damn.
In MMA. He's tiny. He's a tiny man.
Sure is.
Shit. Next topic, bro. What's next on the docket?
Speaking of jiu-jitsu names moving into MMA, it's a good possibility we have Chrome Gracie moving to the UFC. That's going to be pretty interesting. He's doing really good in MMA. I think he's like 8-0 or 6-0 or something like that currently.
I hope they don't feed him to the wolves yet, because he only has 4 professional fights. And he was fighting in Japan.
Yeah, it didn't look good when Tankino came over for sure.
With Tankino did decent. It sucks for him because he had to fight Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt washed him, man. It was tough to watch. Because he doesn't have his striking like that.
Yeah, that was.
You got to take time. When guys transition from grappling to MMA, they always rush it because they think, if I got heavy hands, I can do it. You can't just go into the UFC, man.
Yeah.
We got Sadiq Youssef on our team, and Sadiq, I think he's going to be a world champion, right? He doesn't have as many fights. He has less than 10 fights. But he has a lot of years of experience for training just for MMA.
Right.
He is an MMA fighter.
Since he was a kid, right?
No. Sadiq started like 2012, so 6 years ago. He started 6 years ago, focusing just on MMA, the actual sport. And he's trained every day with world-class grapplers. We got some of the best boxing in the world in the DMV. And he's been doing that for 6 years, right? Focused just on MMA. Everything's focused on it. Do you think...
He was on the Contender Series, right?
Yes, he won his match on the Contender Series. And he's going into the UFC, and everyone says he's green, like he's new, right? And he's been doing everything. Now imagine, let's say, AJ Agazarm fought Sadiq in an MMA fight. Knowing that Sadiq has been doing wrestling for a very long time too. And he trains with the best grapplers in the world. Right?
Of course.
Yeah. Sadiq would win. The MMA fighter is going to win.
Oh, he's definitely would win.
That's like an MMA guy coming into jiu-jitsu. If anyone's thinking about going straight from being a full-time jiu-jitsu guy to doing MMA, keep in mind there are people out there like that. Think about it as an MMA guy going to jiu-jitsu, trying to win worlds. trying to have a super fight with a black belt world champion.
This guy would have had to have been hit with a USADA to make that switch.
That's true. That's true. Even USADA.
It's an odd change.
There are exceptions. There's Vinny Magalhaes. There's Fabricio Verdun.
Right. But Fabricio was already a jiu-jitsu legend.
Yeah, but what I mean is he did the transition from jiu-jitsu to MMA, and it was good. He won the title. He was one of the best UFC champions ever. Right. And he still got slumped.
Yeah,
I think he could still be champ, but it's whatever.
He's like 38, 39 years old. He's getting up there, but in the heavyweight division, everyone's older.
He'd be 50 years old and be champion like Randy Couture.
Yeah, in the heavyweight division for sure.
Or Brock Lesnar.
How about Gary Tonin getting his latest win against Song Jong Lee by mounted guillotine in the One Championship Heart of a Lion bout.
Man, you had all the information about that fight.
Man, I got everything.
You got everything over there. I saw the match. Congratulations to Gary. I know we're kind of late, but I've been busy. And I don't really watch a lot on 1FC unless it's my homie Ong La Insong.
Shout out.
The double champ, the champ, the real champ. And he did pretty well. I'm surprised he skipped out on doing a little grappling. He did a lot of striking that fight, and he took a lot of shots. He got busted open pretty good right under his eye. I like to see him mixing it up. I like to see him doing the striking because it is MMA after all. It's not a jiu-jitsu match. You're going to have to learn how to strike out there and be able to handle the fire. So good on him. That's good experience. But he needs to just take it slow. He's got to take it slow.
Yeah.
You got to take it slow. You don't want to rush things because, like I just said, there are killers out there. So good luck for him. Hopefully they don't try to push him against world-class guys just yet. He's only 4-0. He needs time to grow. But once he figures it out, his combinations of guard passing and his leg locks and his guillotines, it'd be nice to see.
Yeah,
see him get competent on the feet.
Some good takedowns too. Good takedowns.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. He was switching stances mid-combo. But it wasn't like a TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, his stand up was definitely a bit awkward to watch.
Yeah, but good luck to him, man.
Yeah, of course.
Stay safe though. You don't want to get CTE.
And keep them hands up.
Yeah, keep your hands up, guys.
So again, in the jiu-jitsu world, how about the legend Marcelo Garcia possibly making a comeback to competition?
When I was kicking it at Kasai 4, I was sitting with some people that train at MG in Action, and I asked them, "Is he really trying to come back?" And they're like, "Can't say." So they know something. You know who you are. You can't just keep that secret from me. Come on.
Yeah,
I thought we were friends. Anyway,
his child's a bit older now. I'm sure he's probably itching.
Oh, you never lose that itch, I feel.
Especially at his level.
At his level, but life is about seasons, So
True.
the season of his life, he didn't want to compete as much, but now he's back.
Yeah.
And I got the impression from them that he's actually coming back. There was a rumor that it would be a match between him and Eddie Bravo, but
that would be amazing.
That would be a massacre. That'd be assault.
Yeah, they have a video on YouTube of course they were like flow rolling, but it's about an hour long roll that they had. It's pretty interesting. And Marcelo commented that he's like, "Eddie, you keep pulling me on top of you. It's not going to work out for you."
He said that?
Yeah, he
sunned him like that?
He basically gave him point. Of course, that's not saying verbatim, but he basically gave him those pointers.
Marcelo is a savage.
Yeah, man.
I hear he jokes around. He's kind-hearted, but he'll do savage shit like that. He basically told him, "Your power level isn't higher enough to fuck with me."
Yeah, like you don't want him on top of you like that. You can try to play that lockdown game, but Marcelo isn't playing it.
You want to know something interesting? Another tidbit I heard from my peeps at MG in Action. He still beats the fuck out of everybody.
Oh, I can only imagine.
He still beats the fuck out of... I mean, if he's training every day, but he beats the fuck out of everybody. I still say to this day, he has the best jiu-jitsu book. His first one, not the rubber guard, what I'm saying, the X guard and butterfly guard. I still use that stuff to this day. I love reading that book.
Wow,
and I don't even like to read too much, even though I'm educated.
That's the book that I want to get. Andre Galval has one that's super hard to find, and it's worth like $300.
Drill to Kill or something.
I think so. And
Where
man,
he was like a young man with the little gi on.
yeah, boy, that's a gem right there. You can find one.
He even has the fucking warm-ups in that joint. I know
You're
what
right.
you're talking about. He's got the warm-ups in it too.
Yep.
I still do the exercises he did in Arte Suave Volume 1. If anybody, you're old school in the game, if you remember stealing somebody's Arte Suave Volume 1. That was before YouTube. Like, you couldn't find the shit on YouTube, just the commercial for it.
Yep.
And you had to actually have the hard copy of the DVD. I still have Josh Plaschke's. Shout out to Josh Plaschke, wherever you are.
What about Jiu-Jitsu University? Read that one.
I always wanted to read that one. I had a friend in high school that did jiu-jitsu too. I don't know why he quit. It's so weird. There are people that do jiu-jitsu before you, like, you're like, man, like, you were good and then you kind of stopped, or I think he got the blue belt and he just quit. I wonder if he knows, like, how good I am at jiu-jitsu. I went to high school and I'm like, I was saying, like, do you think he still follows jiu-jitsu, or does he know how fucking good I am?
Like, damn, look at that guy.
Yeah, like, or was he? Or maybe he's on jiu-jitsu ready. He's like, fuck that guy. Fuck Tim Spriggs. Even though I went to high school with him and ate lunch with him every day at school. Legit, like, we would go. And
I used to armbar him.
Nah, we didn't. Never. He never did.
Speaking of arm bars, how about the crazy armbar Donald Cerrone laid on Mike Perry at UFC Manila?
Mike Perry is a very tough guy. He is a good fighter. He is born to fight.
Yeah.
I have a couple observations from that fight and for both fighters. Number one, Mike Perry has a lot of raw talent. He needs to find a gym that can foster that more. Like, he still needs time to get to be seasoned. I would love to see him take some time and focus on his jiu-jitsu. I think he'd be good at jiu-jitsu. Like, add that to his game. And, like, put the pieces together. He's an athlete. I think I would like to see him learn a little more, like, do a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Like, really take time to develop, like, more takedowns, more grappling. And I'd like to see him do more kicks and stuff, man.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just burst upon the scene. Like, all of a sudden you had a new UFC star in your face.
Yeah. I like watching Mike Perry fight. I think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, his banter's hilarious.
I know the guys who train with him, like, they're good training partners, but I would like to see him take time off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take time off, because he fights a lot. And he's still young and he's still new to the game. And it's an important time in your career to really add on to shit, man. Because that's a tough L to take against Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, man.
But Donald Cerrone's no slouch.
Yeah, what's it? Most wins?
Most wins, most finishes.
Yeah, that's an insane stat to have.
What do you think about Cerrone's chances of fighting Conor?
That's the one that I think is in the works.
I think it's going to be for the 165 title.
That would be wild.
They're going to start it, and then they're going to fuck with Tyron Woodley and try to piss him off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're taking your title. Now we're going to have a 175.
Yep.
Which would be good. That's only going to make it
fight.
tougher for people, man. Tyron Woodley only has to cut 5 less pounds.
Yep.
And then it'll be him and Colby, because that's going to sell.
Definitely.
That's a main eventer. That can hold a card on its own. I think people like Tyron Woodley now.
Yeah, I do too.
I love Tyron Woodley. He's the smart. If you look at MMA and what it represents, like, really being a world-class athlete, you being intelligent, putting everything together, Tyron Woodley is probably the best.
Yeah, and
he's the smartest fighter. He fights like guys that are out of Mortal Kombat, like the world-class karate guy, like they're like Street Fighter characters, like the Karate Man, the British boxer dude,
right?
The Brazilian that can tie you up in knots, the brawler from the Midwest. Like, he fights guys with all different types of styles, and he fucks them up. He finished, he basically killed Stephen Thompson twice. He basically killed Wonder Boy. And even though it went to decision, he beat him to death damn near. He finished Robbie Lawler. He beat the fuck out of Damian Maia with one arm. And then he just beat Darren Till. He finished him. He choked his ass out. He's beating guys with different shit all the time. Yeah. He beat Kelvin Gastelum, and Kelvin Gastelum missed weight, and now Kelvin Gastelum is fighting for the title at 185. If Kelvin wins, the 170, or in my prediction, soon to be 175 champion, beat the guy that has a win over the former champion. And he has a win over Wonder Boy, who beat the hell out of the 185 champion.
Whitaker.
Robert Whitaker. Almost said Forrest Whitaker. Robert Whitaker. Tyron has a better 170 welterweight reign than GSP.
Yeah, I hear
he has a better one.
Especially the talent that he's had.
And GSP's not going to fight him.
No.
GSP don't want that work.
No.
I said it here. Tyron Woodley would knock the fuck out of GSP.
Yeah, he's gaining in popularity too because there's a segment of people that like a fighter who doesn't get along with their boss or like doesn't get along with Dana White.
It's a Stone Cold theory. Fans like guys that hate their boss.
Exactly. I didn't know it was called that. So did you see the fight after that between Yair Rodriguez and the Korean Zombie and that wild elbow from out of nowhere at the end of the fight?
I saw the finish. I didn't.
That's all you were. It was a brutal fight, but that elbow at the end, never seen anything like it anywhere.
I hate matches. I hate fights like that because I always think about the guy who loses. Dog, you're winning the fight. Don't stand there with your hands out like this. Like, yeah, let's bang for the last 10 seconds, bro. Like, that's what he wants you to do because he's losing. He needs a Hail Mary shot. And he hit you with the Hail Mary.
Yep. Gave it to him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yair Rodriguez pulled off a miracle. And it's a testament to being mentally tough, having skills, and just going for the kill.
His striking skills look fantastic. I mean, the guy moves.
They look great, but can he keep from getting taken down and beating the hell beat out of him?
Frankie handled him.
Frankie, another guy in the argument for GOAT status.
He's always been one of my favorite fighters. I'm glad you say that. He's always been a tough little guy. How about Polaris 8 coming up for the Jiu-Jitsu world? You got Craig Jones versus Keenan Cornelius.
I think Keenan's going to win.
That's in no-gi.
That's in no-gi, but I think Keenan beat him. Keenan beat Craig Jones, I think. After Craig Jones beat Leandro Lowe and some other guy, he fought Keenan in the semis. And Keenan beat him pretty soundly. And I think Keenan keeps getting better. And Craig Jones keeps on getting better too, but I usually give the edge to the guy that does gi and no-gi. Just because. However, Craig Jones looks like he's been eating some power pellets, and he's big and strong now. He's gotten swole.
Like Pac-Man.
Like Pac-Man, yep. And we'll see. Craig Jones has nice leg locks. Craig Jones goes for the kill. It'll be an entertaining match. I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, and then also on the same card, you got Nicky Ryan versus the legend Imanari.
Nicky Ryan versus Imanari. It's going to be a treat.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. That's going to be one for the scientists to watch.
For the scientists? What do you mean?
You know, to analyze and see the young kid. What is he, 16 years old? 15? Well, he's been 15 for like 3 years now.
He's probably like 23.
Yeah, I hear you,
about
right?
his age because he looks small.
Yeah, versus the old legend, the old heel hook master.
You know, that fight can go either way because Nicky Ryan trains with killers. And he's getting, not state-of-the-art techniques because I feel as though they're just overlooked. But he's getting very good instruction from Danaher. So I would probably give the edge to him because he had a good match with AJ Agazarm. That was a close match. I think Nicky can beat a lot of guys his weight. However, we don't know. We can't sell Imanari short. We can't say Imanari doesn't stand a chance. I mean, it's out of respect for what he's done in the sport. Also, he's a grown-ass man, dog.
Yeah, it's true.
At the end of the day, he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes with me being a grown-ass man, to go to the academy and some of them kids that have been doing jiu-jitsu their whole lives, older teenagers, they have that like crazy jiu-jitsu strength. You're like, jeez.
I was that kid in the gym.
That's what's up. All right, lastly, on that same card, there's a bunch of other people, but you've got Wagner Rocha versus Benson Henderson.
Wagner Rocha.
Wagner.
The Python master. It's not the muffler, it's the Python. I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna say I did the muffler to another man. It just does not sound right to me. It's called the Python, folks. I think Wagner's gonna win. It's just simple as that. And you know, Benson Henderson has a jiu-jitsu pedigree, but it's not on the level of Wagner Rocha. Not at all. Wagner Rocha is a salty bastard, and I mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah.
And that he's just a grimy, gritty, tough son of a bitch.
Sure
mean.
is.
I love that kind of fighting.
Yeah.
I love guys that bring it like that.
And he talks his shit too. He talks it.
He does talk a lot of shit.
Right.
I feel bad about his last fight, but the rules are the rules. I didn't see too much controversy in it. It's only controversial because people don't know the rules. That's what I think. A lot of people get mad because their favorite fighter loses, or it's close. I mean, I think that if they had given him the points, it wouldn't be fair. But I could see if they were to fuck up and say it, because he did a good job at the end. It was a mental lapse, I think, for him to lock that body triangle instead of keeping the hooks in. I think the rule for that is dumb. You should get just as many points for a body triangle as hooks. Because body triangle is more secure.
No doubt.
That's more security. Because now they can't just pull the hooks out. You're on their back. And if you extend your leg behind theirs,
they're
better. Fucked. They're done. They're locked in. But those are the rules. We gotta change the rules to make it work. To make it be fair. But I think he's great. I think he's gonna win. Those are your stone cold locks for the week as far as competition. So, I wish I could put money on jiu-jitsu. That's when we'll know that we've made it.
You need to start a book. Oh shit, I take that back.
Start a book. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Start a book up. Yeah, start a book up.
Yeah, that's legal.
It's not legal?
No.
Oh, well, shit. We already have a drug dealer on the show, a DJ. And I don't think DJ is ever coming back.
Oh, no.
I would love to see DJ come back, but he's in Thailand right now. So everyone asking me, he's in Thailand getting beaten up by monkeys for Gatorade. And, he looks fat and happy. I'm happy for DJ. He's worked very hard. If he wants to take an early retirement, more power to him,
He's over there and fuck it.
I think he has a girlfriend, bro. Either he has a girlfriend or he has a secret family over there that he never told us. But all I'm going to say is this, DJ, wherever you are, make sure you check under the hood of these girls you're hanging out with. Make sure they're not a lady boy.
Lady boy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look out for you, dog. If that's your cup of tea, by all means, it's not for me. But hey, you're still my brother. Now, what are you going to do next? Do you want to discuss the Ultimate Rapper Fighting Championship? Or do you want to go over
Let's revisit that.
It's
been a couple episodes, so
it's been a few episodes, damn it. But we're finally ready. Ladies and gentlemen, all throughout the history of rap music, you've heard about rappers saying that they were killers, saying that they were thugs. Shit, these guys act like they're Supermen. So, I want to prove and see, once and for all, who is the baddest rapper alive. Well, actually, there's some dead guys on this bracket. But who's the realest, toughest, meanest rapper of all time? Who has the nice hands? Which rapper in a hand-to-hand combat situation will come out on top and reign supreme? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you now the Ultimate Rapper Fighting Championship. What we're going to do is name off all the rappers in the 16-man bracket. Tony, I'll just before we get kicked off, make sure there's 16 people and the bracket is correct. So we're going to look.
Looks good.
It looks good? All right. So this bracket is going to determine who the baddest rapper in the world is with hand-to-hand combat. Who would win in a fight, in a real deal hand-to-hand combat situation. And we're going to leave it up to you guys to vote. So we're going to use democracy in this process. It might not work in the real world, but in our fantasy rapper fighting championship world, it will work, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So, Tony, since you have it, I want you to read off the matchups.
Looks like in bracket 1, we've got the classic battle, Tupac versus Biggie.
Tupac versus Biggie.
And we've also got in the same bracket, Schoolboy Q versus Wiz Khalifa.
Ooh. Do you want to discuss these brackets? You want to go over some of the matchups?
We can talk about it.
All right. I decided, you're going to see throughout this entire bracket, the way I set it up, we're not pussyfooting around. We're getting right to the biggest rivalries first off the bat. So we're assuming that this is like a one-night tournament, and you know, you're going to put your best foot forward first. And I wanted Tupac and Biggie to really kick things off, to get the show started. Jeez, man. In a fight, I think I would take Tupac. Because Tupac looked like he worked out. He was in really good shape. He was light. And like as we see in MMA, the lighter, more athletic guys do way better than the big brutes. You know what I mean? It's obvious that he was in a couple street fights. You know, he probably learned some stuff when he was in prison. Biggie Smalls, I think he's going to be in trouble. I mean, for a good part of his career, he was on crutches towards the end, right? He got in a little car accident. I mean, you know, he wasn't the healthiest of guys. He was very big, very out of shape, very overweight. And, but if he got his hands on you, I'm pretty sure that Biggie Smalls would do work. Kind of like Kuma from Tekken.
Yeah, I'm taking Biggie Smalls, man, for that very same reason. If they were skilled fighters, Tupac could use his smaller size to his advantage. But being two unskilled fighters, it's only going to take Biggie the minute or two to get his hands on little old Pac.
And here's the thing: Tupac looked pretty athletic, and I saw his concert when he was at the House of Blues. Like, he was rapping and dancing and jumping and carrying on for an hour and a half.
I hear you.
But we'll see. We'll let the fans decide. Next one, Schoolboy Q versus Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa does Muay Thai. You've seen the videos, right?
He does Jiu-Jitsu too, right?
He does a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu. We know his bodyguard, like, Brandon's really cool with him. Cave Cannon, whatever. Yeah, Brandon's really cool with Wiz Khalifa's boy. But we also have Schoolboy Q. And I don't know if any of you guys know. I'll probably post this on my Instagram, but Schoolboy Q has some hands. Schoolboy Q can throw down. Now, don't get me wrong, Wiz Khalifa looks like he can kickbox a little, but I'm not as impressed with Wiz Khalifa's kickboxing as I am with Schoolboy Q's hands. And Schoolboy Q looks pretty big, pretty strong. So I give the edge to Schoolboy Q. What do you think, Tony?
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Schoolboy Q, but I've seen Wiz Khalifa, and he's not the thickest guy in the world, so he's kind of skinny. So if you say that Schoolboy Q is a little bit more, got more size to him, I'm going with him.
I will say this, though. Wiz Khalifa is all about martial arts. He did a rap song about the Ninja Turtles in that movie.
Approves it.
Shell shot. All right. Want to go across?
Yeah, go across. So we got bracket 2. We got Jay-Z versus Nas.
See, I was bringing the heat. Go ahead.
Who would I take?
Yeah, no, you can go to the next.
Oh, I forgot. We got the other people in the bracket too. We got Ghostface Killah and Action Bronson.
Whew. I got all the rapper beef first round. I love it. I like this bracket. You guys are gonna love it. So, Jay-Z versus Nas. Man, I saw how Jay-Z dives in the water, and I'm not impressed. From that alone, I'm giving the win to Nas.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Nas too.
Yeah, Nas. I gotta give it to Nas, man. Like, Jay-Z wears open-toed sandals. Like, I'm pretty sure just from Nas's content and the people that Nas was hanging around with, he's been in a Street Fighter too. Tim's over open-toed sandals. The next fight is Ghostface Killah versus Action Bronson. Action Bronson has assotoed and hip-tossed several fans that jump on stage during his concerts. I'm impressed by his judo skills. I don't know who taught him that shit, but he's a legit... He can throw the fuck out of people. I'm impressed by Action Bronson's grappling skills. However, legend has it Ghostface Killah broke Mace's jaw. Do you know how Ghostface Killah got the nickname Iron Man?
How he did that?
Okay. So, I read Wu-Tang Manual, and in there they had a story about how the Wu-Tang was doing a concert, and they had beef with some people backstage, and they said Ghostface Killer was like throwing guys around. It was basically like 4-on-1. Like some guy jumped on his back, but he was like still fighting 3 other dudes with someone on his back, and they said he looked like Iron Man the way he was just taking people out and throwing people around.
Damn.
And you know, Action Bronson has had some health scares lately, and Action Bronson smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ghostface on that one, man. If you're tangling with 3-4 people at the same time, you're not gonna have a problem with any one knucklehead.
And he knows martial arts because he definitely
all
the time. And
Shaolin style.
Ghostface Killer. Fun fact about me: Ghostface Killer has been my favorite rapper since the age of 8.
Yeah, he does spit lyrics with incredible speed and accuracy and entertaining. Entertaining topics.
All right. Next,
we've got bracket number 3, The Game versus 50 Cent.
The Game versus 50 Cent. Whew, this is a tough one for some of you younger people watching. There was a time when The Game and 50 Cent was the new East Coast West Coast rapper beef. It was a heated beef. Pause. But it was real. I remember the GU Not videos. It was a great rap beef. 300 Bars and Running is a very underappreciated diss track. I will give the edge to The Game because The Game posts videos of him working out and throwing punches. No matter how horrible they look, I will still say that he would win because The Game looks like he's in shape, and he plays like these summer leagues with NBA players. Like any guy that can dunk can definitely fight. I don't know why the fuck I just said that. That's not true. But it looks like he can throw down. I guess he was a blood, so he's probably been in some street fights. Oh, never mind. 50 Cent too, but we gotta talk about 50 Cent's credentials. 50 Cent can take a punch, and he can take a bullet or 9. 50 Cent has probably legit fought in the streets before. He was in really good shape at one time, but I don't know how good of a shape he is now. That's a tough one.
Well, if we're going by right now, I'm definitely going with The Game. The Game's in way better shape than 50.
Yeah, and I don't think Floyd Mayweather taught 50 Cent how to fight.
Nah.
I never see videos of him taking lessons with Floyd or throwing hands. I think he's those days are past him. Under that is YG versus Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine is my dark horse. Any guy that puts face tattoos on probably is not to be trifled with.
He got his ass beat or something.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, at that airport?
Something like that.
Yeah, never mind. I'm definitely going with YG. Even though he wears dress shoes with white socks and shorts, he dresses like a old man with like dementia. But I'll give the edge to YG.
That just means he's crazy.
He is crazy. He dresses really weird. He dresses like Luther Vandross sometimes too.
It's good to be unique.
It is good to be unique.
Yeah, Tekashi's in a federal prison right now.
No, he's not.
He's being held by the feds until today sometime.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
For just multiple violations of probation, and for right now it's for gun charges and something else. Like it's not. I don't want to say conspiracy, but some kind of racketeering maybe. I think it could have been.
When you get famous like that, the feds always hunt after you. They have hip-hop cops.
Hip-hop police, yeah.
The hip-hop police are out there, folks. Next.
Yeah, well, you also got some of these hip-hop... I was watching an interview with Zilla Kami, and he's got a rocket launcher in one of his videos.
Oh,
you can expect...
yeah.
You could probably expect a visit.
Stop snitching, folks, on yourself.
Yeah, right?
Don't post anything on social media.
You got a rocket launcher.
Next, DMX versus Meek Mill. What you think, Tony?
DMX is, man, he can barely talk. He's on so much crack.
Have you ever tried to fight a crackhead?
Man, try to catch one maybe.
Really? Were you able to chase
No, I've
it
never.
down?
No. I've never tried to. I'm saying, if I imagine the crackhead's gonna probably
I
try
was to say story time with Uncle Tony.
Yeah,
We're about
right.
to find out.
I was chasing this crackhead.
I was chasing this crackhead this one time
because he had my crack. No.
I was friends in college with a kid that did meth. And he ran fast as shit. And I can only imagine how fast DMX can run, how strong DMX is, and how well DMX can fight when he's smoking crack. We're gonna use 1999 DMX for this one, folks.
He's only like 4'8" too, I think.
It don't matter. It don't matter. If you seen this motherfucker in concert, say, "What's my name?" For an hour and a half.
Scared the shit out of you.
For a whole concert. Meek versus Meek Mill. Have you ever seen Meek Mill throw punches?
Nah.
Oh my God. I wish you could put it up on YouTube.
We're getting there.
Oh,
we're getting there with the tech.
We're getting there with the tech. We finally fixed the sound, got it. But DMX, I think he's gonna win. It's up to you guys to vote. Now, last one.
Pusha T versus our man Drake.
I don't know. He's not my man. You can't. Any rapper that says, "I thought there were rules in rap beef," and like, no, there's no rules in a rap battle. There's no rules. Tom.
Drake is everybody's friend.
Drake tries to be everybody's friend, but he tries to talk shit too. You can't be everyone's friend and talk shit. And he was dissing Kanye. Pusha T stood up for his boy, and Pusha T used all his knowledge against him. I'm going to say Pusha T, because Drake has terrible deadlifting form, and if you have terrible deadlifting form, I can only imagine how weak your fighting form is.
Yeah, Drake don't want no beef. He don't want no smoke.
No, he doesn't. I saw this video of him throwing money in a club, like just like overhand. Like, he's not a very athletic guy.
Probably throws a baseball like a girl. No offense to any girls.
I don't think Pusha T could lose a fight to a man with an Aaliyah tattoo on his back.
Oh man.
He has a giant tattoo of Aaliyah on his back, and he never met Aaliyah.
Unless Aaliyah was his mom.
I wouldn't even do that. Like, when my parents eventually pass, and if I'm alive to see it, God willing, I would never get a full face tattoo. I mean, a tattoo of somebody's face on my body.
Yeah, it's too easy to distort.
Oh God, please no.
No way it's gonna hold, even if it comes out perfectly.
All right, so the day this drops, everybody, I'm gonna put a poll on Instagram. You guys are basically on 24 hours to vote, so please vote. Make your voice heard, because in our election, your vote actually matters. I'm going to go next to some questions from the fans on Instagram. So, let me go with the first one.
Curious ass fans.
Curious ass. You know what? I'm not going to call these guys fans. They're not fans. They're friends.
They're our family.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I have fans. I just have friends. Like, people that fuck with me, you know, supporters. And I love the support. Thanks for everybody that was trying to cheer me up on social media after I got robbed. They just bent me over. No grease. They really fucked me over. But it's all good. Anyway, Sugar Ray Thomas asks, what's your theory on weight cutting when competing? I know many events now have you weigh in and walk straight onto the mat, which gives you no time to hydrate. Do you think in BJJ it's better to compete at your natural weight? Great podcast, lads. Cheers. Thanks, Sugar Ray Thomas. I would love to see at Grand Slams they do day before weigh-ins. Day before weigh-ins for Pan Am's, Worlds, ADCC. In ADCC they already do, but they make you weigh in every night before, every day of the competition. I'm against that. I want to just see them cut weight night before you fight. Every other, like all the major ones, like MMA, boxing, they let them rehydrate. And I think it's just as important, if not more important, for a grappler to rehydrate, because our matches are very long and there's no breaks in between rounds in a match. Just one 10-minute round most of the time. And there's multiple matches. And then some days you could have 3 or 4 matches in a day. I think in Worlds it's not that many, but you'll probably have 3 matches in a day. And they could go the distance. That's 30 minutes of work. 30 minutes at least of work against other world-class guys. So in my opinion, they should do day before. What do you think, Tony?
I like day of, just to try to get people away from cutting so much weight, make it more realistic. But I don't know anything, though.
I can see your point. But people are going to cut weight, and it's going to affect their performance. Even if it's night before or day before, it affects your performance because you're depleting yourself in most instances.
Do a diet, a regular diet for a month or a month and a half, 6-week diet. Take the weight off naturally.
But either way,
Healthily.
people are probably going to do the same weight class.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not an expert on the subject of competition and weight, but me personally, I don't like weight cutting. It takes way too much of my energy away, so I try to go in as close to my natural weight as possible.
Steaks and weights all year round, baby.
Yep.
365, 24/7. The other part of your question, to answer your other question, Ray, about do I think it's better to compete at your natural weight? It depends on the event. I've never cut weight before. I'm going to begin cutting weight very soon, just to see. I think for me, possibly, I think a lot of people, it forces you to eat healthy and really focus on what you've put into your body.
Yeah,
So
macronutrients and all this stuff.
Yes. So that's beneficial for many people. And a lot of times that's all it takes. Because, people just eat whatever the fuck they want. And they're like, oh, I can't get down to that weight. That's not my natural weight. And then once they start eating right, and the weight comes down, and then if you decide you want to cut a little, you can always cut a little. I've always fought at my natural weight, so I would say it's great to fight at your natural weight. But like I said, once I start eating healthier and focusing more on my macronutrients, I might say I might be able to say that it doesn't work.
And if you're a white belt, you really, really don't need to be cutting weight like crazy.
Oh no, I wouldn't cut weight in the lower belts.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
No sense.
There's no money really involved. There's nothing too much on the line.
You're gonna have enough on your plate anyway.
Yeah, focus on getting your skills up and performing well. Since this is my first year, I'm gonna be cutting weight. I'm gonna be cutting and trying to see how low I can go healthily. I could see there's benefits of it. I could see it but I think most of the time it's eating healthy. Because I think most people don't even know their natural weight. Think about it.
Yeah.
If you eat like shit and you're not eating or treating your body like an athlete, you don't even know. Yeah. You could be like 200 some pounds. You start eating right, you get down to 180s, 170s, and then you could cut to 165. I think that's lightweight, right? As one of the lower weight class, you never know.
Yeah, that DJ mentioned on the podcast, watching that George Lockhart guy on the Joe Rogan podcast. And man, that was really enlightening. Did you watch that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the way he broke it down, with nutrient timing and all the things that go into different athletes, and that was deep.
What do you guys do? Oh, sorry.
That's it. I was done.
No, I'm just saying that Powell QK2M34. Bro, you gotta change your Instagram name. You trying to get some likes or followers? I know. Thank you for the question. This name is a lot.
He probably let Instagram choose his name for him or something.
You can do that?
I don't know. Let's hit random name.
I don't think it's AOL, bro. I don't think you can do that. What did you guys do if you ever ran into financial problems? How did you deal with it? Any comments or advice on money? I'm curious as what you think about it in general. And you got robbed. Wow. I didn't have financial problems ever in this game. I was just not getting enough to what I thought I was worth, or my situation didn't allow me to make enough, so I had to switch it up to get more money. It wasn't financial problems, just I wanted more, so then I had to switch my strategy. If you're good enough of a grappler, you'll probably be able to find a way. It just might be a little bit of hard work. If you're still an up-and-comer, you might have to think about getting a side gig or a side hustle, or finding a really good sponsor. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, you just gotta get, if you're talking about not having money in general, which it sounds like he's saying, then you gotta get to work. And I don't know about working for an hourly rate, like go be a waiter somewhere where you can get some tips and make fast money. But yeah, you gotta get to work if you don't have money.
Do it in a legal way.
Oh yeah.
Or you're really good at doing it the illegal way and just have a backup plan.
Yeah.
I've never, not that I know anything about the criminal life.
Start stripping. Do what you gotta do, guys.
Start stripping. You're telling our friend I'm just gonna say, man with complicated Instagram name, you're gonna tell him to be a stripper?
Well, just don't use that Instagram name as your stripper name. That's never going to work.
Coming to the stage. Students of Jiu-Jitsu asked, who was Master Lloyd beating up on the bleachers? Shit was funny. Reminded me of my master Megaton. Wow. Okay, so if you guys are watching my Instagram, or, well, they're not going to see it until like a while later. Master Lloyd was beating up one of my teammates in the bleachers. Our teammate's name is Arthur Walcott Cisse. He's been on the team for a very long time. He's a legend. He's a good dude. He's also known as DJ Bout It. So if you go on Instagram and look up DJ Bout It, give him a follow. He's a great DJ. So we have this thing in the room where if we're fighting and we have bleachers on the side of the mat, we'll just keep going sometimes. Some of the guys.
In the bleachers?
Yeah, we'll wrestle while we're in the bleachers.
Oh, wow.
It depends on... There's certain guys that will do it. I'm not a fan of doing it unless the scramble's that crazy. The only ones who really do it are Master Lloyd, Lenny, Arthur. But I don't... The only way I really do it is if I'm encouraged to by Master Lloyd. Master Lloyd's like, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
Then we'll keep... Oh, Angela would definitely do it. But I'm not trying to be mean to people. Like, that's kind of mean, wrestling the motherfucker in the bleachers. That's dangerous, too. Like, if you get in the bottom rung, like, you can definitely get your head cut open.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or get busted open. So, I don't fight in the bleachers. But it was funny that Master Lloyd did. That shows how good jiu-jitsu works in a street fight, because if you can beat someone's ass in the bleachers and like, have control, that's great.
Situational awareness.
Situational awareness, like, hell yeah. Yeah.
Does Master Lloyd still roll with everybody?
He does, yes.
Nice.
But he kind of got hurt today.
Oh, dang.
He went for a blast up because he has a bad neck. You know, some people do a blast double with their face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drive
Drive it right into their body.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
kind of how I do it.
Shit. And then
Not good for your neck.
it's not good, but he's got the stem cells.
Spear him with your forehead.
I just want to know. I just think about like an alternate universe. If Master Lloyd was on the stuff that all the other old school jiu-jitsu guys take, like Ricardo Labarrio or Zay Mario, like if he was on the good stuff, like TRT, how good Master Lloyd would fuck people up in the room. Like, he already can beat our ass, but now, like, if he had like the TRT, like, I feel like I'm 25 years old again with all that knowledge, what it would be like. He started lifting weights, like, I always wonder. I'd probably quit, though. I'd quit. I wouldn't quit, but I'd be like, I gotta roll with Master Lloyd.
Ducking coach.
Yes. Sizzle Jits. Now, this is a good Instagram name. What is Lloyd Irvin's training style / class structures for his students? And in general, how is training structured at your gym? I don't really own a gym, so I can't really answer that. But I will say...
the one you train at, like 88?
Like 88?
Probably.
Okay. I'll start with Master Lloyd's. So at Lloyd's, we start class with a regular warm-up, and then we do drilling for what we, as the athletes, are drilling specifically. So he takes care of figuring out who's wrestling on the mat that day, who's in class, and then he caters drilling with you and a partner that are going over similar things. Or sometimes he'll have everybody do the same systems or the same parts of the game that he wants us to work on. So some days he'll be like, well, you guys are doing leg locks over here. I want you ladies working on this pass. I want you working on guard retention over here. That kind of thing. So he'll cater it to us, and then we'll roll. We have very long rolls because, I don't know, sometimes ML probably forgets what time it is, or he does it just to mess with our minds. Like, he'll be like, 1 minute, and 5 minutes pass, and it's like, 30 seconds. So he does that.
Last roll. All right, one more.
All right, one more. I'm like, God damn. But it gets me in good shape. I was in good shape this weekend, and I'm not even doing my cardio training just yet. I got to heal up a little bit. I'm still hurt.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with these academies that only do like 2 or 3 rolls at the end of class. Like, how in the world do you expect anybody to get good with that?
That shit is whack. You got to roll a lot. I think a good jiu-jitsu class is at least 90 minutes. Yeah. So you get a lot of drilling in, a nice warm-up in, and you roll. Yeah. You can do positional rolling. You can do live sparring.
You got to leave feeling like you left it all on the mat. You got to leave feeling exerted.
Exactly. You ever think that maybe jiu-jitsu is like bro yoga? Like how chicks go to yoga and they make friends and they challenge themselves.
I think the instructors don't want people to get hurt, so they try to limit the rolling when they're actually hurting their students.
Oh man, people get hurt all the fucking time.
I hear you.
What's gonna hurt? Their chances of getting hurt, I'm willing to take.
I hear you.
Because if you sit on your ass for your whole life, number one, you're probably gonna be sitting there playing video games, getting fat and out of shape. This is for both men and women. And you get fat and out of shape, you know. It's not healthy, and no one's gonna want to fuck you.
Yeah, and you want to,
especially if you're a dude. Like dudes, it's hard for dudes out here, man.
It's hard.
You can't be a fat, sloppy motherfucker if you're a dude, or you gotta have
got that
bomb ass personality.
You got that money.
Sing
personality,
or sing.
You need
man,
money.
like I feel like if you're an ugly guy, like you gotta have game. You have to have a good personality.
Oh man, you need money.
Money? Well, yeah, you need money too.
Game.
But you can be broke if you have game. Like you could bag anybody, men, especially women. There's some broke women out here that never had to worry for nothing, because they're pretty or they can spit game at dudes. Because women have game too.
I can't figure any fat dude with no money but has game that's getting any.
I mean, he's not getting quality. That's like there's.
Oh yeah.
For women, like you could. For women, it's so much easier. I feel we're gonna have to get another lady on the show soon.
Of course.
But yeah, for women, it's easier.
Of course. When it comes to that.
Oh yeah.
They ain't concerned with that. That's not what they're born to be concerned with.
All right, man. We need a separate we just need a podcast about just life and love and all that stuff.
We could go on them tangents. You know what I mean?
We need a special like Valentine's Day episode where we talk about the game. Spitting game.
People don't want to just hear jiu-jitsu and MMA. We can give them some crazy
be real,
shit.
but we would need like another like a woman here, so we're not considered sexist.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want no feminists or man haters being like, check your privilege, fellas, like that kind of shit. At 88, we do this basically. We don't do a lot of specified drilling for different people. They have separate sessions for that, but in the class we definitely have a curriculum like it's a college. Crazy 88's run like a college. So parts of the year will have, it's like every class you go to gives you a little something different. And then there's the master class, which is Julius's class. And then we're going over something that he wants everyone to know, and it's going to end up helping everyone. Julius is good with what's going on in jiu-jitsu now, and then putting the pieces together from the fundamentals. So by the time you get to that class, you're ready. And if you're like a lower belt in that program, that's perfect because the basics classes give you the basics. And then, you know, we have like the wrestling some days. And we have different instructors that teach a different way and different styles. That's how it's run at both academies. I do not own an academy. So
in my academy, it's pretty cool. We don't always do like jog around the room type deal, but we'll warm up with sweep for sweep, which is nice. Just do whatever sweeps you want with somebody for a couple minutes. I dig that. But always lots of rolling. Half-hour rolling minimum.
Yes. And if you skip the warm-up, you're soft.
Oh, I'm terrible.
You're Nutella.
I'm Nutella.
You skip the warm-up? God damn you, Tony. We can't be friends no more.
I know, man. I'm like DJ.
Dog, don't get me started. DJ, man, don't come back like 250 pounds. Don't come back 250 pounds and with a new family. All right? That's basically it for me. This is a nice little episode. We wanted to jump on you guys, tell you how we're doing. I just want to shout out our sponsors once again. CannaBody. Go to www.cannabody.com. That's CANNABODY. They are the #1 CBD pain relief salve on the market. Also, shout out to VHTS. Go to VHTSNY.com to get the best BJJ and MMA training gear and lifestyle gear. They have dope clothes too. They have a black t-shirt that I really like. They have my favorite hoodie. They hooked the brother up, so shout out to them, BHTSNY.com. You can follow me on Instagram at TimSpriggsBJJ. That's TIMSPRIGGSBJJ. I need to get 10,000 followers so I can do the swipe up function, so I can share all my cool videos with you guys. And if you want to have me come to your academy for a seminar, you can DM me there, or you can message me on Facebook at Tim Spriggs, or you can email me at Spriggs, that's SPRIGGS .timothy@gmail. Spriggs.timothy@gmail. I'll teach you the train wreck system. I'll show you all my sick no-gi stuff because, I mean, I'm basically taking matches off for the best guys in the world. I qualify for ADCC. I'm great in the gi. And be on the lookout for the Trainwreck system. We are re-recording it, remastering it. We're going to add stuff to it, and we'll be with you guys very soon.
We learned a lot from the first recording of it. It was good, but it wasn't perfect.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to our producers, which is basically us, for fixing the sound finally.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're going to perfect it, though. We're going to perfect everything for you guys. Anything else, Tony?
Yeah, man. To anybody else who wants to be a sponsor of the show, let us know. Let Tim know. Get your product put right up here. We'll talk about it. We'll announce it to everybody. The show's getting a lot of traction. It's the talk of the town, the Jiu-Jitsu town, and it's getting stronger.
The brand is strong.
Yeah, man. We'll give you a good deal. We just mostly want to say we have sponsors.
Yes.
We'll work something out with you till we get expensive.
And shout out to go check out whitebeltbjj.com.
Yeah. WBBJJ.com.
My bad.
Somebody bought White Belt BJJ. They beat me to it.
Bastards.
Son of bitches.
Man, we're gonna take them out.
I said I'm gonna snipe them. I'm gonna snipe that domain name one day.
Don't say that, because if the guy who owns that domain gets killed, they're gonna look at this podcast.
That's fine.
We already have bad blood with people on Reddit. It'll be even worse. Like, BJJ Goons are a bunch of murderers. They're real goons.
I ain't gonna snipe him. I'm saying it's called you snipe a domain. You wait for it to expire, and then you jump in there and buy it when it expires.
Do you know when it's gonna expire?
Yeah, you can find out. I don't know particularly, but it's coming up.
Oh man, Tony, you're a savage. Anyway,
yeah, no mercy.
Thanks for everyone that's showing their support. Peace.
Peace.